Hello everyone and welcome! In today's video I will be going over some quality of life improvements for illaoi. All of these are suggestions that I accumulated through all the games I've played with her. Some of them are glaring problems and others are more personal suggestions. However, all of them have the purpose of balancing and bringing her up to par with the new standard that Riot has shown for the top bruiser category. So, enough blubbering, let's get to it. First and foremost, her passive. At the moment, it has a balanced cooldown scaling into the game, and the tentacle spacing is good enough, so here's my suggestion. Her tentacles are just too fragile. What I mean is that 2 auto attacks is the magic number for any enemy to kill them. Putting them to 3 would be way too annoying for enemies to deal with, so they should have a regen effect on them, as a reward for illaoi players that managed to protect it, or a punishment for an opponent that just didn't want to commit to killing it. The effect would work as such. If the tentacle is at 1 HP, after 3 seconds it gets back to 2. The best thing about this suggestion is that it's the simplest thing to balance. 3 seconds too short, make it 4 or 5. Not good enough, just make it so that if illaoi doesn't use it for 3 seconds, heal it. Still too much, make it 4 or 5 seconds again. A very easy and simple balanced quality of life improvement. This would also help her with a few ranged opponents that harass her all the time and don't really care about your tentacles that much but hit them once. So this one is a massive problem illaoi always had and has yet to be addressed. In a game where there is so much crowd control being thrown around, she can't live without a crowd control ability anymore, it's just a fact. And no, the slow from her E is way too insignificant to even matter, but turning that slow into a stun would make it more than enough of a compensation, and here's why it would be balanced overall. Her E is a high cooldown skill shot that you usually max second, and by the time you have all of your CDR you should have it at a 7-second cooldown. So all in all, alone it's balanced. However, the damage and after effect alone don't compensate for her lack of CC, and with no other ability to fill this role, it's only natural for it to be the sure option. So, after you hit an opponent with E, he would get stunned after you either broke the spirit or he went far enough, just like the slow works. The reason that this would be balanced is that illaoi is literally useless if the opponent doesn't want to fight, and later in the game she will never be able to hit a knee on any important targets. Except if they make a mistake and are overextended. Of course, if you hit a frontliner and if your team decides to hit the spirit, he will lose a lot of his HP, around 20 to 40%. And again, that's if they don't contest you in a fight and if the team decides to hit the spirit. Now, imagine the slow being a stun. Not only can she initiate the fight to an opponent that didn't want to fight by being skillful enough to hit her E and kill the spirit, but she can actually make plays in the mid to late game for her team. Also, you have to remember that almost all of the top laners, especially bruisers and tanks, have some sort of crowd control, leap, dash, etc. So fundamentally she's outdated in that regard. Take Irelia's rework as a testament to that. Her Q is a dash, her E is a stun, her W and R are slows. So illaoi would definitely fit into the meta and role she has. This also gives me a segue to a personal suggestion that doesn't really need to be implemented and could actually just be too much over the top, since the previous two are more than enough of a buff quality of life improvement. But her W could use some synergy load. For example, maybe if you hit them with your Q, the opponent gets marked and you have extra range on your W to reach them. Or anything else that they can think of, synergize with, I don't know. Anyway, those have been all of my suggestions for how Riot can improve illaoi, so she goes from a niche, as they themselves have said, pick to a regular pick for people, and then maybe she will even get some more skins. At the end of the day, I just want 2 things. First, illaoi to be on par with the rest of the top bruisers, kit wise, and secondly, I want her to have an actual skill cap, since she's already easy enough to play, but Riot may disagree with me on the latter. So, tell me your opinions down in the comment section. Did you agree, disagree, and why? Do you have your own suggestions? What other charms do you want to see? And make sure to like, subscribe and share for more videos like this. See you all soon.